Good evening. Welcome to yet another Star Trek podcast. I am Brad for the evening. I guess
Brad, you're always Brad.
I think that's probably it is an accurate statement though. I am always technically Brad. But you know, as always though, folks, we have two amazing individuals joining me as usual. We have, well, if I were to say I'm Silent Bob, he would be my Jay, Majid. How's it going there, buddy?
Hey, buddy. I don't know why I'd be your Jay.
It's because you're a skilled, talented rapper.
That's not. Oh, right, because I was singing Morris Day and Time before we started.
You were doing a fantastic job.
Right.
Much better than I could do.
Right. I was like $15, little man, put it in my hand. And if that money doesn't show, Drew?
Then you owe me,
my jungle love. Oh.
And as you guys can clearly hear, we have the most fantastic man in the universe here. The true king of the castle that we are sitting in, Drew. How's it going there, buddy?
It's pretty good. I'm really, when we started this project, I didn't think this day would happen.
Well, I think we should clarify. We should clarify a little bit to the listeners what's going on here.
Yeah. So Brad lives out of town from Majid and I. Majid and I live in Connecticut. Brad does not anymore, anyway. And he came up to visit for a bachelor party for a mutual friend of ours. And now we are recording in my living room. The three of us are sitting across from each other. And this is pretty freaking cool. And the coolest part of it all is this is also commemorating the debut of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, the very special day.
So not only do we get to hang out together and just, be like idiots with each other, which is something we're very good at, but we also get to record a podcast together, and we get to watch and talk about a brand new Star Trek series.
Yeah.
I think to the listeners, you just gotta have to understand this episode is gonna be a little bit different than our normal format, but it's gonna go smashingly well, I'm sure.
Smashingly well.
Yeah, you gotta smash it, man.
What are you, the father from Wild Thornberries?
Is that your warp command? Smash it.
Smash it. Oh, you know what? That will be it. We'll just do that.
We can circle back to the first episode and make some changes. I'll edit that in.
Yeah, I know. Smash it.
Hey, Brad, weren't you saying that today's like some kind of special day? Like, are you saying because it's Mother's Day is special?
Well, it is something that's very special for me, as long as I'm sure, anybody else who has a mother. It's not just Mother's Day for me, though.
But Drew's birthday is not until like June 12th.
Well, your birthday was like a couple months ago, wasn't it?
Mine was in January.
January 1st or something.
Yeah,
19th.
yeah.
I'm not a New Year's baby like that, but
whatever.
You were close. You were 18 days off.
So is it really going to have to be me who announces it?
Maybe it's my wife's birthday.
Oh,
No.
Metro.
It's Metro's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, Metro, happy birthday,
Dax's
Metro.
birthday is tomorrow.
That's lovely. Happy birthday, Metro.
And Dax and Metro are Drew's cats, as a reminder.
Yes.
But no, that's not what I'm referring to.
Is it your wife's birthday?
No, it's not my wife's birthday.
We don't get it.
I give up.
Yeah.
Does that kind of leave everybody out? It's my birthday.
Get out of here. No way.
What?
Why are you here?
Why am I here?
I mean, why aren't you like
I'm being
doing birthday
punished?
stuff? That's fair. That's
You're being punished too.
So I get to spend, instead of spending it with my lovely wife, I have to spend it with my really
Choose your next
interesting
words carefully.
coworkers, ex-coworkers.
choose your next words carefully.
That is as cold as you could possibly get.
Cold-blooded.
But no, and realistically though, it's probably my two very best friends
Aw.
In Connecticut.
in Connecticut.
I feel like you have a stable of friends in other states.
Well, technically, my true best friend is just another version of me.
That's fair.
That is true.
We are Bob, we are Legion. Or we are Brad, we are Legion.
Yeah,
If you don't get that reference, that is a book series.
fantastic book series.
It's a book series I have not
We
read.
are Legion. We are Bob. Very good, very good. We try to get Drew to get onto it, but Drew,
Well, I tried listening to the audiobook and I didn't like it.
Drew doesn't like audiobooks.
It's kind of hard to get into.
Yeah, but I do want to read the actual books. And now that I work an overnight shift and I don't speak with anybody for 8 hours a day, I have plenty of time to read.
Isn't that how Jack Nicholson went crazy in The Shining?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
All work and no play make Jack a dull boy.
Make
Just,
sure it's
just
all
avoid
boy.
elevators with blood coming out.
We do have elevators in my building.
Do they have blood inside of it?
No, but people have gotten stuck in them.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say stabbed. I don't know why. I thought when you started that sentence, it's gonna end with stabbed.
It is questionable. Could go
Um,
either way.
All right. Well,
Majid, I think you have an idea that you wanted to bring up at this
yeah.
point.
Listen, I had an idea for a TV show. All right, I had an idea, two ideas. I just don't have names for the TV shows. But inside the Star Trek universe, 2 types of TV shows we don't have. A, we don't have courtroom dramas. We don't have a Star Trek courtroom drama.
So Star
That's
Trek
one.
Law and Order.
Right. We don't have a Star Trek Law and Order. And the other one that we don't have is a Star Trek medical drama.
Star Trek CSI.
Well, no, not CSI, but like Star Trek ER.
So Star Trek ER.
Yeah, Star Trek ER. We don't have a Star Trek ER, but I mean, don't they just like wave like an RGB wand at the person?
So I think that's why there's not a Star Trek ER, because it would just be them be like, okay, get in the bed, Zzz, you're good.
All
There's
right.
more to it than just that, but not much more.
Well,
Okay, sorry. All right, cool. Can you cough for me? All right, now you're good.
Yeah.
I don't have a name for these shows, by the way. I don't know what I would call any of this stuff.
He's dead, Jim, for the medical drama. I don't know. I'm bad at this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I am too. So if our
Um,
listeners want to help me out, get me some names for a courtroom drama
Yeah.
and maybe a theme song, and of course for the medical side of things. I'm going to tell you how I thought of this.
Yeah.
I was driving to church to do the media stuff.
Oh, so you
That I
weren't
know part
sitting
of.
on your throne?
I was not in the bathroom, no. And I burnt my tongue on the tea I was drinking. And for some reason I was also thinking of you guys and recording tonight. And I said, burn my tongue, Star Trek, doctors, Star Trek. How come we don't have a Star Trek themed medical show?
And then did you also think about suing the person who made the tea so hot?
No, I thought about getting pulled over while I was screaming in pain because I burnt my tongue.
Oh.
Yeah, that was where my train of thought went. I'm not proud of it, but I'm not ashamed of it either.
Well, if any of our listeners have suggestions for those TV shows that we have no capability of producing, please shoot us a line.
You know what's going to happen is you guys are going to leave, and I'm going to be editing this thing like tonight or tomorrow, and I'm going to come up with all these names, all these ideas.
Good.
But right now I have absolutely nothing. It's embarrassing.
Good, drop it on the Twitter for me.
Okay.
If we can get what's his name, LaForge, the Reading Rainbow guy.
Yeah.
Rainbow Randy. What is his name?
LeVar Burton.
Is Rainbow Randy a real person?
No.
So who's Rainbow Randy?
I have no idea.
Is his real name Randy?
Nobody's named Randy.
All right.
Who are you talking about?
The guy with the 360
Geordie
sunglasses.
LaForge.
Yeah, I thought he was Rainbow Randy. His TV show.
So anyways, Shelman, I don't know about you, but I'm really excited to watch this episode.
Yeah.
I've been excited since Zaddy Pike stepped his way into the bridge of Discovery.
Yeah. This is something that I was kind of hoping that they would do.
Yeah, he should have strapped a red shirt on Berman and
Burn him.
and burned her out the torpedo tube.
Well, folks, we are actually going to be now watching the episode, and if you want to, you can too on Paramount Plus.
Yeah. Or
Sure.
any other places that are showing. I think overseas,
I think they do Amazon,
Amazon.
maybe
or-
Netflix somewhere.
I have no idea.
Any way you get your Star Trek TV shows legally. I want to stress that. We want to make sure we do this legally.
So we're going to stop the recording. We're going to sit down and we're going to watch this thing. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about it. And I think the format of the show is probably going to be different from what we usually do, because typically Brad would take some time to write up a synopsis for us, and then one of the three of us would read it and we would discuss. But That's just not a good use of time.
We're gonna be winging it.
We're gonna wing it.
Yeah,
So
Brad was too lazy to write a synopsis on the
I know. I haven't gone invented time travel to go to the future, get it back. And
No, you didn't invent time travel. A future version of you invented time travel.
it's true.
That's true.
So we'll be back in a moment.
We'll see you soon. And we are back. Thank you for all sticking around. Appreciate your patience on that.
All 10 seconds.
I know. I mean, for us, it was like an hour and a half. Maybe it could have been 4. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of bathroom breaks.
Yeah, Majid was talking through it and everything. So it was a little bit of a different change watching it with my 2 best friends.
I have a small bladder.
I've seen it.
How?
Are you like going in and X-raying him while he sleeps?
I wasn't expecting you to reply to me, but yeah.
Well, we folks are going to do a ad-lib quick summary of what this episode was about. So have fun, folks, because you're in for a wild ride, because I have no idea what I'm going to say. But we actually start, and we're seeing a blizzardy, snowy mountainscape of a planet called Earth.
Earth. It's Earth.
Oh shit.
Wasn't it Montana?
Montana.
Oh, I thought it was called Montana.
Yeah, because they don't have windmills on other planets.
Oh,
that's how you know.
My bad. So then, you know what that was really? Then it must have been like Pike's audition videotape for Duck Dynasty. He's trying to get the mountain look, being part of the group, the gang.
Hey, do me a favor, don't make fun of, Zaddy Pike's beard.
well, of course, our lovely main character in this series, Pike, is rocking a genuine beard. Not as good as Drew, I can tell you that.
Let's get real. That beard was great.
That beard was better than Drew's.
That's true.
The whole thing was. I'm sorry. I love you, Drew. I was
trying to give you something, Drew.
I appreciate it. Well, listen, like we just recently stopped wearing masks within the past couple months. I've been keeping my beard pretty short because my job has, the job that I actually physically have to go to, unlike you guys, that job has had mask mandates up until recently. So I can't have a long beard and wear a mask without it being like incredibly uncomfortable. So now I have a goal. It's Christopher Pike.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can make that goal by the time we're done with this series.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. If Pike is what you're going for, you're not gonna get it. That's Zaddy right there. You're not getting on that. That's top tier. That's gold. That's what do they call it? S rank, S tier. If we're talking about it,
double S.
Is that a thing?
Double S tier, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Depends on which RPG you're playing.
Yeah, I know. But anyways, we cut to Pike. He's in a mountain cabinus with a lovely lady who I don't really remember her name.
Did they give it to us?
I don't.
Yeah, he said Captain something.
Yeah. But anyways, she was a very lovely lady. And also another captain, as Majid quite kindly pointed out. However, apparently somebody's trying to contact him. It's, picking up his, calling his phone. He's doing the ghosting kind of attitude right now. I'm not going to answer it. They can leave a message if it's really important. Of course, apparently it's really important, so they actually come and go get him. What was that guy's name that popped out of the...
That was Admiral Robert April, who was the first captain of the Enterprise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I learned that last week, actually.
Yeah, so Robert April was only referred to by name up until the animated series. And I haven't seen it, but I believe there's one episode that they did about him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure to what extent, but the character was actually drawn in an episode.
Mm. Did he look like what we got in the show?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, they definitely took some liberties with the casting. I don't really have a problem
Yeah, it
with
doesn't
it.
bother me.
I don't have a point of reference for Robert April. It's
never-
been really more or less a footnote.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
never saw the animated series, so I'd have nothing to go against.
I mean, in the animated series, it was an old white guy.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know,
It was quite an improvement in this one,
Yeah,
with the old white guy.
the one that we got.
Oh,
I liked him,
Yeah, he
I
was
mean,
I
fine.
thought it was good.
but I mean, again, like I don't have.
It was on the screen for what, 3 minutes?
Yeah,
Was it 3 minutes? It wasn't that long.
It was brief.
It was really brief.
I do hope that we get more of that. I kind of like the idea of there being that admiral that one isn't like a supervillain and two like gives the captains a kick in the ass.
Mhm.
We got that a little bit with Cornwell and Discovery, Admiral Ross in Deep Space Nine, which Brad, you might remember him.
Yeah.
GD, you haven't.
It was I thought it was a woman in Deep Space Nine. I was gonna agree with you, and I was gonna be on the same page.
Gee,
and-
what was the? Who was the? Oh wait, was that an admiral in the Kelvin universe that was kicking?
that was
Kirk's-
RoboCop.
Yeah, Peter Weller. He was a bad guy.
He was a bad guy.
Peter Weller. in
Have
the
you
second
wait?
Oh
Wait.
no, I'm thinking no, the guy who recruits Pike, not Pike. Kirk.
That's Pike, man. That's Pike 2.0. That's
Yeah.
Kelvin Pike. I think that's
Was
the
that
naming
Pike?
convention we went to.
That was
Pike.
Pike in there.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Pike.
Yeah, he
wasn't
broke
an
up the
admiral,
bar
though?
fight, man.
No.
He was a captain.
He was
Yeah, he was captain of the Enterprise.
Clearly, I am lacking in my Trek knowledge.
That's why I'm
and-
here.
I know. Well, I have Majid here too, because he's the Kelvin guru.
Kelvin guy.
Yeah.
That's Thor. That's Thor's universe.
And anyways,
Star Trek 4, more Thor.
I like that.
Unfortunately, Pike's little getaway was interrupted. He has about a week left before he needs to go to the Enterprise, but we have an emergency. Apparently, his number one, well, messed up first contact, and so to speak.
Poor Una.
I know. I'm so excited for her though, in coming to the show.
Yeah.
But anyway, she messes up,
Oh wait.
convinces.
Una.
What's that?
Poor Una. Who's Una?
Una is number one.
Yeah, they
Rebecca
they
Romaine.
ever say her name?
Well, they said
No,
her.
before this.
So you guys are not just mispronouncing Uno? 'Cause
Correct.
Uno is one.
Yeah.
It's her first name is canonically UNA.
Is that supposed to be some kind of cheeky in joke because Uno is one?
Probably.
Oh, that could have. Wow,
I mean, that's
I didn't get that, but
that's
thank
that's
you, Majid.
entirely possible. I know you're trying to be funny, but
I'm being pretty serious. There's this
Oh.
one guy I know that rocks the dad jokes on his sleeve. He's gonna probably think the same exact thing.
yeah,
More than likely.
screw that guy.
But so we cut to them going to the Enterprise being in space dock. They do make a comment on how it hasn't gone through all the rundowns, the checks, and everything like that. Which I thought was going to become a major point at some point during the episode. Doesn't really come up. Oh, you know what we missed? Spock got engaged.
Yeah,
That was a little bit thing there.
Spock
I
was,
apologize. I was jumping ahead there, but Spock got proposed to
He's
by
getting some booty.
mm-hmm.
What's that?
He's getting booty.
Yeah.
He was. But
Well,
then
he was
Pike,
trying.
He's trying to
Pike
get booty.
interrupted the booty session.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have still gone back and done it.
so T'Pring is the name of
To Pring.
the lovely lady that Spock was with, and she does appear in the original series.
Okay.
I have not seen that episode, but it is the episode of Mock Time.
Mm.
So
Ooh,
they're
wait, that was one of the we took a look at IGN's top, TOS episodes of all time.
yes,
and Mock
IGN, the
Time.
authority on the original
Isn't
series.
that the one that wasn't that the one the computer generated, like the actual?
Oh yeah, that was
article?
absolutely AI written.
Well, no, I mean,
There,
listen.
there was like
That's the-
reading through it, and it was like these are some of the worst episodes we've ever seen.
Well, no, Brad, you can't say that an AI wrote it because you're
It was-
basically an AI.
Well, it was written by the IGN team, quote unquote, the IGN
Right.
team. Secondly, you could tell it was just the article was written by an AI that just crawled a bunch of web pages. and took guesses.
It really, because I remember like I was reading through it and I'm like, I don't understand how this was like a top 10 episode.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like one of our worst.
Yeah.
It made me doubt our rating system because I hated a lot of those episodes.
Yeah. And also all of the episodes were focused on like the first half of season 1. There were only a handful that were scattered throughout the rest of the show.
Did it have Naked Time on there?
It did.
That sucks. Naked. Listen, that if you're gonna put Naked Time on a top 10 all-time list, you must not have seen Naked Time.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Naked Time.
No, I gotta edit that.
Anyways, so we cut to the Enterprise where Spock meets Pike on there, and they're going through the crew roster, you know, saying that how they are a little bit late, and they mentioned that Kirk is a Lieutenant Kirk is going to be not able to join them, which leads questions that I have questions at that point in time. They do give us some answers, thankfully. And they go through, we meet the bridge crew. Uhura's there, a very lovely new actress, different hairstyle.
Yep. Yeah. Uhura is a cadet.
She could have grown it out. She has 10 years.
They have a substitute number 1.
Yep. Lieutenant Lon Noonien Singh.
And then who are the other bridge crew, Drew? Because I totally do not remember.
We have Idris Elba in the doctor's role.
Oh, wasn't there like Lieutenant Drummer or something like that?
Yeah. So I was joking around when we were watching that Lieutenant Lon Noonien Singh was very Kamina Drummer like. For those fans of The Expanse, I'm not the originator of that statement. A lot of people pointed that out.
The what?
Anyways, so then we do go to medical. Or we
hold on.
No.
Do you want me to talk about the other?
Okay. Yes. I apologize, Drew. Go ahead.
Yep. I'm trying to get there. Let's see here. So we've got crap. Where is it?
We have Ortegas on the wheel.
Yep. So we've got Erica Ortegas. She's the helmsman, right?
Driver.
We've got Uhura, which we've already acknowledged. I guess that's it. Before we get to sickbay, anyway.
Okay, so then we go to the sickbay crew. I think we're. I'm gonna skip a little bit here. Just go to the sickbay crew to introduce it. So we have the doctor. What was his name?
Idris Elba.
Dr. Idris Elba. Dr. Mbenga. Yeah, it's M''Benga.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like an interesting character.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you guys noticed, he's not a bartender.
Not yet.
It's still,
but he absolutely feels like the kind of guy that could be.
Right.
Totally.
I could see Pike and him getting a drink together.
Yeah, 100%. Hundo P.
Yep.
What?
Hundo P.
No, don't do that.
As the kids say.
Nobody says that.
Everybody says
Nobody says that.
We have one last addition, and that was one of the ones I'm more excited for. Nurse Chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me like really excited to see her aboard the Enterprise.
Why? Wasn't she on like one episode of TOS?
Which is a to me also kind of funny with the fact that number 1 and Nurse Chapel in the original series was portrayed by the same person.
Yeah, true story.
Nurse Chapel number 1. Were they really?
Yeah. Number 1 in the pilot, The Cage, was played by Majel Roddenberry. And Christine Chapel was also played by Majel Barrett.
You just blew my mind.
Roddenberry, yeah.
I think we've talked about this actually.
We probably have. It's
we
kind
definitely
of
have.
kind of hard not to, considering that she was married to Gene.
I mean, to be fair, I don't remember what we recorded last week.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, she wasn't in a ton of episodes of the original series, but she was in quite a few. 25 episodes of the original series, 9 episodes of the animated series, 2 of the films, and now she's a regular in Strange New Worlds.
Just before we go on, can I just say that it sucks that Brad lives in Atlanta because we could be doing this every single week. You suck, Brad. We could be like recording in the same room with each other every single week.
I don't think we would have the time to do that every single week.
But every other week.
Every other week, maybe. once a month.
You guys have more time than I do, apparently.
No, I do not.
No, we
I
don't.
can promise you I don't.
Yeah,
So-
I'm willing to, lob off time to
So
Make
then what
the-
would it be? We would like just make a permanent studio in Drew's living room.
basement.
I'm
Garage.
sure your wife would love that.
I mean, as long as I'm not in. If it was in the basement, she probably wouldn't care.
We could yell and scream, and we could do karate. There's room for karate down there.
There's room
Yeah.
for karate for everyone.
Anyways, so the
And
crew.
friendship.
Right?
Sorry, Brad.
It's okay,
Brad's
gentlemen.
gonna murder me. This is why he doesn't have time.
Karate
The
and
crew of the
friendship.
Enterprise warp to the planet where number one was trying to make first contact. What was the name of that planet?
Stand by.
Kelios. Kelios.
I'm working on it.
I feel like I'm close. It starts with a
Kelvin?
K. It was. There's definitely a K and E, and then it's like iOS at the end. I wanted to bet Brad's car on it.
E-I-E-I-O.
Ugh, I hate you.
Kylie 279.
Kylie
All right, I was right. I was
279.
close.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to Kylie 279, and of course, some sort of plasmic weapon gets shot from the planet.
Yeah, plasma torpedoes.
Yeah, plasma torpedoes get shot to the weapon and shoot at the Enterprise. I mean, when you hear things are going wrong, is anybody really surprised though?
No.
No.
No, because at that point the episode would be 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's like if they got there and it was very uneventful, then like we'd be like talking about this.
End credits.
Yeah.
Well, while there, they find the other ship that number one and two other scientists were a part of. And correct me if I'm wrong, there was only 3 people on that ship,
That's the implication.
and it was a decent sized ship, right?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
it was a very decent sized ship. We even asked, well, why is it? It looked so different.
Yeah, it had
It looked like an actual Federation ship. I'm thinking it was destroyed because if they fired plasma torpedoes at the ship when it arrived in orbit and they didn't have their shields up, that could be the reason why there's only 3 left, 3 surviving members.
Yeah, but they implied that they were the only 3 on board. From what I recall.
Yeah, that's what they kind of implied.
So I don't know. I'm a big nerd when it comes to the starships. I am going to have to find out as much as I can about this one.
Okay, because they don't mention that ship ever again.
So the Pike decides to take an away team down to the planet. It's him, Spock, and
Sing.
They go to sickbay. Nurse Chapel is a fantastic disguise artist and genetic engineer who manipulates their genetic something
DNA.
there you go, to make their foreheads look different and their genetic code apparently to
Right, you can't
match.
mess with somebody's forehead without messing with their DNA.
Right. But she's not able to be as thorough with Spock because he's half human and half Vulcan.
Yes.
And blah 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 dramatic reasons.
and that comes up
Science.
later in the episode. Well, Singh, Spock, and Pike all beam down to the planet, which I want to comment on this part, is that apparently in the future, the transporter will also dress you.
Well, so that's not completely unprecedented because there have been episodes of Next Generation and probably the other shows as well too, where objects have been beamed off of people. So, for example, there was one episode where Data was firing a phaser, and the phaser was isolated in transport.
Mm.
So, you know,
I feel like this though is a good opportunity for something that I really want. So if you two ever have a gift to give to me,
You can come
I
up to
would
Connecticut
love
and get
the
it.
transporter dresser.
only
No.
the only way you're going to get one of those is if you're willing to record in person on a weekly basis
Or a
Oh.
bi-weekly basis.
or bi-weekly.
Because I
Okay.
have no time. I'm
All right,
Brad.
I'll buy a plane ticket and fly up here every week.
No, use a transporter.
Well, then yeah, I'm okay with that.
Or just quantum leap up here.
Yeah.
However you do it.
I'll quantum leap into and I'll be recording as
No,
I'll
that'll be
take over like Sam Beckett did.
No, just jump into a metro. Okay, I guess it'd be sliding, right? I'm not sure. Sliders, right? Sliders.
Into a parallel universe where you guys live in Atlanta and we do our podcast in Atlanta.
No, that universe is garbage. I've seen it before.
Anyways, so the three beam down. They have civilian street clothes. Apparently, the planet is on conflict and they're warring against some sort of neighboring faction.
Yeah, it sounds very much like our current world climate.
By the way, so Drew, like, they showed clips of what appeared to be the 21st century, our world. So Drew thought he saw the Ukraine flag.
Yes.
It's very well possible that Drew actually saw the Ukraine flag. So if anyone's listening and they happen to catch the same thing, let us know.
I just Googled the Ukraine flag, and I am almost 100% positive it was that.
Yeah.
Because they were showing, it was supposed to be a clip of like a newscast of the planet showing the strife between these two warring countries, right? And there was somebody that was waving a flag, and it was two colors. The top color was blue, the bottom color was yellow. And that is not a coincidence.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff about auditing the vote.
Yep. Well, that was in the part where he was showing flashbacks actually of Earth.
Wait, is that a spoiler alert?
We're not there yet.
Is that a spoiler alert?
I mean, no, not really.
No,
we're going to talk about it at some point.
But I mean, but just to kind of clarify though, when we saw what I thought was a Ukraine flag, that was supposed to be footage of that planet.
Mm.
So, I mean, it could have been.
Anyway,
I hope they have their own Ukraine.
Anyways, they beam down, walking around civilians. They see footage, and they try to identify the source of the warp signature that they're looking for. And they find two scientists, and Singh does this little, "Oh no, I've fallen and can't get up" kind of attitude thing. Or no, wait, she was sick or something.
She was the prey.
What?
She was making herself be the prey. Like she was luring them in.
Yeah, and then she was trying to signal to Spock to
Vulcan sleeper hold.
Drew, are you gonna stand for that?
He's gonna sit for it.
Accurate.
Anyways, Spock does a Vulcan sleeper hold that
God damn it!
that conveniently knocks out the two scientists. And they of course they take their clothes, their credentials,
and they all happen to fit, by the way.
Well, no, they just beat, because there's only two of them and there was three, so they beamed down the clothes.
Oh, okay.
The transporter
right. Okay,
clothes.
It was well, we never saw it, but yes.
Okay, it's implied.
And then
Gotcha.
they beamed the two scientists up to the planet. Or not up to the planet, up to the Enterprise.
Yeah.
And they sneakily make their way on to the base. However, it is important to note that is when the time where Spock's genetic issues is starting to cause a problem.
Yeah.
And that he's not going to pass the retinal scan.
This
which to me is a little bit, I don't know.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
I mean, listen, if it was going to be simple, it would have been a half-hour episode. There had to be some kind of conflict.
Yeah, it's a very manufactured. And so what their plan was like, oh no, let's try to figure out some sort of genetic a serum to give to Spock. They scan scientist 1, nope, not a match. Scan scientist 2, match. Hooray. Of course, scientist number 1 wakes up. Oh no, we got to go put him to sleep. Number 2 wakes up and is like, "Oh shit, I'm out of here." And starts running. And then Nurse Chapel starts chasing after him.
Yeah,
she had a good stride on her run. I was very impressed with the way she was able to run.
She does
in what appeared to be a bodysuit.
Yeah,
they put her in a onesie.
So he does make his way away from her and into a turbolift where Uhura was.
Yeah,
who has a very nice conversation about one of his favorite sports, apparently.
Yeah, she just starts chatting this dude up about T-ball or whatever it was.
Turbo ball?
Something.
Yeah.
Some ball game.
Alien baseball.
Sports.
Very smooth, though.
I like her.
Oh, yeah.
She's nice. Like, she seems likable.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. Like, I was not 100% on board with them putting Uhura on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like, generally, and this is a complaint that I've had with a lot of the new Trek, I feel like they're kind of going fan fiction-y with some of the stuff they're doing, the way they're tying in stories that weren't ever really there, putting characters in situations that were never written for them. But so far, I'm on board with this.
I'm willing to give it a try, but like I understand what you mean, because it's to me, it's I would rather have them create new characters rather than just solely based upon certain aspects around older fan favorites. And while I do feel that Uhura definitely, from what we've seen in Star Trek, doesn't have that much of a story as that in the original TOS, I feel like it could have been expanded upon, giving more detail or more in depth. Maybe that changes later on the episodes.
Right.
But I would rather have them create a brand new character.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
Speaking of new characters, or character new adjacent, there was that one at the end. You know, the one with the mustache.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry. I mean, you know, it was a nice segue. Don't yell at me, Brad.
Just as an aside too, and I did not realize this until just now, but apparently Dr. Mbega,
Idris Elba.
Yeah. He's also somebody that has an appearance in the original series.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. It's.
I mean, this is shocking to me. It shouldn't be shocking to the both of you.
Well, I haven't really.
We haven't watched all the TOS.
There's a lot of TOS that I have not seen.
TNG, DS9, that stuff. Like we've seen all of that for the most part.
So
DWF.
So that's why this has been like such a fun project for me, because it's given me an excuse to sit down and watch the show.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
But I see, like I'm okay with them taking characters that did those one-off episodes,
Totally.
and then expanding for like Pike. I think has been fantastic, because we've had the cage and the menagerie. That was it.
Right. And Kelvin.
Kelvin doesn't.
In this context, Kelvin doesn't exist.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So having like a more expanded, background towards it. Right. Even Nurse Chapel. Like Nurse Chapel is not like a starring major character.
Right.
And to have a lot more.
I wonder if we're gonna see Dr. Corby.
Why would we see Dr. Corby?
That was the guy from the cage, right?
No, he was
where no man exists.
No.
Man's been
Corby
before?
was the one she was in love with. That had what Little Girls Are Made of.
Yes.
Remember
the robot?
Yeah. Ooh,
I doubt it.
You probably.
You're just going into fan fiction now yourself.
You're right. Damn me. He's fine. Don't worry about the cat.
But either way, though, it would be. It is nice to have like expanding upon those characters that are lesser known. I guess maybe to my point though before, what I was saying is that we haven't seen the rest of TOS, and Uhura could be a really good character to really expand upon as far as getting an understanding.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but so I'm willing to give it a try.
Yeah.
What else we got going on this episode? Because I have questions I wanted to nerd out, but you wouldn't let me talk.
So they go down and they rescue number one and the two other crew, and they just happen to dig out a hole in the side of the wall with a spoon, I guess.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just like Andy, it's like Andy did in Shawshank Redemption.
They were trying to like use it as a means of getting a transporter signal through, but apparently it was just too far beneath the ground.
Right. So Spock was like, "You wasted your time."
Yeah.
Way to waste your time.
Spock and Pike and the Sing, right? Yeah. They start to escape, of course, in the moment that they get out of the cells, people come down, do some action. Pow. Right?
Wait, do that again. Do more karate sounds.
Bang.
Pow.
Pow.
Well, you forgot about the part where Spock starts
Spock's
transforming him back into
That was funny, by the way.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but laugh. He's like, "Hey, the pain's unbearable." He lets out this guttural like scream.
Yeah.
And then 10 seconds later, he's like, "Ah, that's better."
Yeah.
Then his forehead's all back.
The delivery on that was wonderful.
I loved it.
I really enjoyed that. There was a lot of levity in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what it is? I think there's so much charisma coming from these characters, man.
Yeah.
Again, Zaddy Mounts. Zaddy Pike.
We'll talk. I have some thoughts on
Zaddy?
on all of that.
Just call him Zaddy.
Yeah, we'll get
Once.
So they start going up the elevator, going back to the very top so they can escape. However, was it number one advises what happened as to why this planet has the warp drive sensory or whatever it was. It was warp drive indication that they have
Warp signature.
Warp drive technology.
Right.
Was that their observations of what happened in, I think, season 2, end of season 2 of Discovery,
Yeah.
was what allowed their scientists to figure out how to design warp drive.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, what happened was like there was this huge war at the end of season 2 before Discovery vanished off into its next adventure, and this planet like backwards engineered flashes of light. How is that even possible?
Science.
Their reasons are more reasons.
I don't know what happened. Why did Discovery leave in season 2?
Because they had the AI control.
Yeah, and they had the was it the Red Angel thing? Red Angel suit?
Yeah, they were. I don't know.
Oh
That
my
season's
God.
so confusing.
Yeah, again, the best part of it was Pike, man. I'm sorry. It really was.
Yeah, but either way, they transport and they go away, and apparently you're able to reverse engineer light to identify warp drive. Anyways, so Pike makes the executive decision that they're not going to leave the planet as is, and so him and Spock leave behind, despite the fact that Spock's cover is entirely blown, and everybody else beams up back and board. Which, now that I'm thinking about it, they never talk about what happened to those 2 people they beamed aboard.
They killed him,
Yeah,
obviously.
they completely just dropped that. I assume they got beamed back to the planet.
Probably.
I mean, at that point, the cover's blown. You might as well.
I mean, they already, violated one rule. They're just going to kill him.
So you talked about violations. Should we get to that yet, or with the General Order 1 stuff?
Well, they mention it in general, like at that moment, right? Where
yeah, so they mentioned General Order 1.
Yeah.
Later on, they changed that.
Prime directive?
The Prime Directive.
Yeah.
So they so Pike, or no, not Pike, it was number 1 or Singh. One of those mentioned that what Pike was looking to do was against General Order number 1.
Right.
And that they shouldn't, because what he was going to do is going to make first contact with, go directly to whoever's in charge and explain to what's going on.
Right.
Right. It's like Pike was trying to get fired.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with General Order 1 is like they're not supposed to interfere with pre-warp societies.
Yes.
And technically, while they have warp technology, they're not using it for travel. So they're not, like, I guess, really a pre-warp society, or they're still a pre-warp society.
Yeah, because any type of like weapons could quite easily just destroy the entire planet.
Yeah, they basically they're using warp drive to make a nuclear bomb.
Yeah. And so Pike and Spock go up to the very top, and he goes, "Take me to your leader." And surprisingly enough, they bring him to their leader.
Yeah, it's just like, oh yeah, she's just sitting right here in the building next door.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's total sense.
Yeah, like if I said that to our authorities, they'd bring me straight to the president.
Mhm.
Straight to jail.
Well, so Pike tries to explain the situation, tries to cover everything with the leader. She, of course, doesn't believe him, doesn't really care, because they're at war, so they need to
She's like,
win.
I want to win. I'm going to nuke these
She's like, I don't care how many casualties are going to have to occur. Whatever.
Red shirts are going to die.
Yeah, pretty much. So of course, she's like, take him away. Pike's like, no. You got to understand. I got the bigger stick here. And he reveals the Enterprise. Apparently, they have like some sort of cloaking technology or something.
No,
they lower the ship, bro.
Which, on that note, if you think about some of the other episodes we've watched through, like Star Trek Voyager, going into atmosphere is a big to do.
Oh yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, whatever, we're good.
They just completely bypass
And
that.
it's hovering over a city entirely, and everybody's like, oh my god, there's a flying saucer.
So I totally get the Voyager reference.
All right. So in every episode of Star Trek where there's been sort of entry from orbit in outer space through an atmosphere into, Earth or any planet, is basically a situation where that ship is probably not getting out of it. Voyager was an exception because Voyager actually had landing gear. Shuttlecraft also has the ability to land and take off, but most starships don't. So once a ship like makes it beneath the atmospheric layer. First of all, it's like this huge thing with like the ship's like blowing up, everything is shaking, the shields are struggling, blah blah blah. And then most of the time, they can't get out of it because of gravity. This did none of that.
Yeah, didn't apply. NA, not applicable.
Think about like when, Daddy Musk launches one of his SpaceX things up into space.
Don't call him daddy.
But yeah, think about like the orbital reentry,
Sure, because they're burning up within reentry.
Right.
Yeah,
They did it in Kelvin, actually.
but
Yeah.
but to that point, there was none of that. It's just hey, we're here,
And
We're
that's
good.
that's usually like a whole action sequence.
Yeah. They really emphasize like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're doing this, and then this one is just like, no, it's good.
I mean, to be fair, we just saw it from Pike's point of view. We don't know what they were doing with the ship.
I don't think he would order the ship to go into the atmosphere though, unless
the amount of time that it was, he's like, make it so, and then we're like, what's that out the window?
You sure? He didn't say make it so. He said smash it, didn't he?
That's my line.
That's
smash
your line.
that orbital reentry button.
That's my line, buddy.
Smash that orbital reentry button.
Did we talk about that in the podcast? What your go phrase would be if you were
No,
captain?
we did, but it wasn't smash it. I think that's my new catchphrase.
Smash it. That's
Smash
just,
Okay,
I'm not gonna get into this one yet.
So, anyways, they that kind of brings the attention to everybody.
I'm watching my cat go in a bag he should not be in. Dax. Oh boy, don't get stuck, please. Thank you. Yeah.
So, anyways, we cut to the ship in the air that apparently scares everybody shitless, being like, oh my god, there's aliens, they're alive, because now the whole public knows about aliens. And then the two warring factions decide to make some sort of talks, which apparently don't go anywhere at all.
Mhm.
And Pike has a discussion with Singh, gets a little, philosophical, and then figures out, oh, I know what I need to do. And he beams down to the talks and shows them Earth's history and where they could go, which is what Majid you were referring to about the some of the stuff you were seeing on the screen.
Yeah, which was pretty interesting. They were like, oh, okay, I guess in this universe, people still tried to hang members of the Senate.
Well, the one thing that they don't that I don't know if they've talked about in some of the stuff you watched is, but there is like a World War III.
Yeah, it's a thread that's done with throughout Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to happen pretty soon
In our world or in Star Trek world?
in Star Trek world.
Oh, okay.
But
Also in our world.
Well, yeah, I mean, like they're in Star Trek world. The date that it happens is close to the date that we're at now,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not so worried about it. If it was a Simpsons that said it was going to happen in 2024, that's when you get worried.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they said something like
The
that.
Simpsons?
Yeah.
yeah,
Probably.
2026 to 2053, according to.
That's a long world war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, so they go down, they show him the footage, and apparently that scares the crap out of him. And he goes, you got two options. You can either make war with each other, or you can join the Federation. Then, of course, what do?
They joined the Federation.
They join the Federation.
Yeah, I mean, well, when you have a giant ship hovering above your capital, I guess.
I mean, I think that's a kind of a good motivator.
Yeah, do it or die. We come in peace.
But then they go through a montage of all the...
It's me pointing a gun.
Oh.
That was me doing gun hands.
Gun hands.
Saying we come in peace while holding guns to their head.
Yeah.
Drew can see me holding gun hands now. Pew pew. Sorry, Brad, this is a gun hand. It's when you have your index finger and middle finger like straight, and then you have your thumb up, but your ring finger and pinky
that was
fingers.
your greeting sign.
No, this is my greeting sign. Which is just a middle finger to you. I'm sorry, that was off track. That was inappropriate. I'm sorry, Brad.
It's okay.
Womp womp.
Sorry.
We then go through the montage of them joining the Federation. We cut back to the Enterprise. Pike is being happy. We have our real number one back with us as number one.
Yeah.
And then we finally meet Kirk. but it's not Kirk.
It's Mustache Kirk.
Mustache Kirk.
And it's not mirror version evil Kirk either. It's his brother.
Yeah.
Samuel?
George Samuel Kirk, or Sam.
Lieutenant, right?
Yeah, Lieutenant Sam Kirk, as Pike referred to him as.
Reporting
Yeah.
to Spock, no
Yep.
less.
Yeah.
And so that explains why they're referring to Kirk. And I guess we'll see more of him in the upcoming season.
Very much a red herring. It caught me off guard. I was not expecting that.
Well, I mean, you weren't expecting anything. You didn't watch. You went into this dark.
I really tried to.
Yeah, same
I really
here.
tried to. So I again, Sam Kirk is eventually in an episode of the original series, and having not seen most of the original series, I was not.
Which episode?
Operation Annihilate.
That was also one of IGN's.
I
Top.
don't know. Maybe.
Well, it is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a season 1 episode, so we'll see it in a few weeks. But
Well, I mean, relatively.
yeah.
At some point in the future.
Yeah, basically. But I mean, the thing that caught me off guard is it just it was, well, I guess it was just a good case of misdirection, you know. Like
Mhm.
they did a pretty good job with that.
Yeah. I enjoyed the episode. I won't lie, I'm pretty tired. Like, I'm exhausted. It was
can
a
tell.
long weekend for us.
You've been yawning since.
I've been yawning. I had my head on Brad.
Hey, you
For-
didn't fall asleep. That's what
I didn't
matters.
fall asleep. I'm not like one of our other buddies who doesn't listen to the podcast.
So it's
but-
okay. We can talk about him.
Yeah,
no,
what a
it-
jerk. That guy's a jerk.
We can call him Wayne.
right. Maybe he still won't listen to this.
I'm so tired that
But-
it took a second.
Yeah, no, I fell asleep. For a second I had my head on Brad's shoulder, which was nice. Brad told me I smelled good, but that's neither here nor there.
He smelled really nice.
Thank you. Dude, I love Anson Mount as Pike. Dude, I'm sorry. He's great. He's charismatic. He's so far a good leader.
So
He's
Majid,
not trying to kill a bunch of red shirts either.
Majid, what really shined for you in this episode?
The whole thing. By the way, the ship's aesthetics, like, it's kind of hard to think that this show, right? Well, not the show, but the ship is so technologically advanced. But when we go back to watching the original TOS,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see the downgrade, it's like the meme or GIF or video you showed me of the pre-release of Cyberpunk.
We're playing the Jurassic Park theme on a kazoo.
Right. Right. And then so it's like the pre-release version of Cyberpunk, playing the epic version, the epic score, and then they switch to the, at the time, release version, and it's the kazoo.
Yeah, it's the PlayStation 4 version. Basically.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's such a downgrade.
Yeah.
But the I love when they say red alert, the whole ship turns red.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm loving the show so far, which is something.
Drew, how about you?
Yeah. I mean, you know, as far as pilots go, I thought this was a pretty strong one. Although I will say that most pilots don't have the baked in characters already established, like with Pike, Spock, number one. So this show is already coming in with characters that we're familiar with
Mm-hmm.
and characters that the actors have already played.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't that like warming up period, getting to know you period of these characters, or at least not those three.
It's like a pseudo pilot. I think is
Kinda.
probably a good way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, like, in a way, season 2 of Discovery was a pilot for this.
It's a spinoff.
A backdoor
Yes.
pilot.
And it's kind of like when Michael Dorn joined DS9. Like, you didn't need like a full introduction to him.
Right.
Michael Dorn was the guy with the mountain range on his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Worf.
Yeah.
So I mean, that said, like, you know, we have a lot of new characters that we're being introduced to, and those are going to take a little bit of time to kind of get to know.
Mm-hmm. And we have, according to Pike, we have 10 years, potentially 10 years to spend with him before he ends up as a fax machine.
Wow.
Beep,
Wow.
beep, beep,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, you have a good point. 10
Yeah.
years.
That's something that actually you didn't really touch on in your
No, I didn't.
synopsis, but I mean that's that seems like
He's haunted.
He is definitely
He's
haunted.
haunted, man. Yeah.
And I was not expecting them to lean into that quite as hard as they did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad they are.
He's
It
got
makes a lot of
PTSD.
sense, though.
Totally.
Like to me,
He
like,
saw his own death. Well,
no, it's not. He saw it. He felt it.
yeah.
Right.
When it wasn't technically his own death, it's more of just him being paralyzed for the rest of his existence.
It's not a word.
Let me put it this way: like if you know that you're going to turn into what he turns into because of an action that you take, wouldn't that haunt you? Like
But he's
it would,
saving
but
kids though.
he
isn't
is saving people.
But I think what he's doing is very. It makes a lot of sense because like he took that time off away from Starfleet and became Mountain Man. That's essentially what he did.
Well, as we've seen in the cage and in the menagerie, so just background note, we have watched Menagerie Parts 1 and 2. We've recorded episodes for it, but they won't air until after Strange New Worlds. So, but the three of us have that backstory. We know that Pike has a thing for horses and living on the farm and all that stuff. So they're grabbing these like little threads of his history and just expanding on it, which I think
Oh my God, they mentioned that in the cage.
yeah, they're having a picnic.
Yeah. I remember that.
With
Okay,
the horses, remember?
Man, yeah, I might be burned. I'm tired. So.
I can tell.
Yeah.
So
I hate the cage so much.
yeah,
I hate the
but I
cage.
mean, like if we needed the cage in order to get what we have, like I'm okay with it.
Yeah. And we talked about it during the recordings. Well, one of the recordings that haven't aired yet. We've already met Vina. Because they landed on Talos 9 in season 2.
4. Tell us 4.
What did I say?
Talos 9.
Did I really?
Yeah.
But you guys have been saying DS9 the entire night, so
Twice.
that's fine. So we've already landed on Talos 4. He's already met Vina.
Yep.
His virtual self is still there. And Burnham also went to Talos 4.
Right. So timeline wise, we have the cage.
Mm-hmm.
We have season 2 of Discovery,
Mm-hmm.
in which in season 2 they also go back to Talos, right? The rest of Discovery, then this, and then the Menagerie.
Yeah.
I want to comment on the Menagerie. Remember how, I know the audience hasn't gotten to the episode when we watched it, but there's a point, a comment in it, like you can't go back to Talos 4.
Yeah, but they've gone 3 times.
Yeah.
Brad, what did you think of the episode?
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I had hoped that it was going to be a really energetic, different pace, and I was rewarded with something better in my mind. Because it one of the things that I do miss from our original run of Star Trek series is that episodic feeling, and this is a lot more episodic. I don't know how the rest of the season will turn out, if it's going to maintain something and have like an undertone of some sort of background or anything like that. But I really am hoping that it keeps this pace up.
Do you guys think that this is invoking the feel of the original series so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That adventure of the week type thing.
Yeah.
I definitely do.
So, since Majid is falling asleep on my sofa,
I'm not falling asleep on your sofa.
do you guys want to just give it a score and wrap it up?
9.
I think that might be a good idea for you, Majid.
9. I love this thing. It was a 9 for me. It was I got to see Zaddy Pike in action. We got a very likable version of Uhura, which again I didn't get that from the previews. And oh, by the way, Spock misses his sister.
Yeah.
Burnham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We touched on that.
I'm kind of hoping though that's the last time they refer to it.
Right,
Not because I don't think it's an important part of his story. I just think they need to move on and let Strange New Worlds be its own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the less we talk about Discovery and how bad it's gotten.
Well, I don't think it's that. I think it's just, to me, if you keep bringing it up, then you're basing the show around that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, and the other thing too is like, I know there's a lot of new listeners, well, hopefully, that are tuning into this and listening to this for the first time. And I don't want to be like like we're bashing.
Right. No, totally. Yeah, sure,
Like
sure.
like we have strong opinions on Discovery that we haven't fully discussed on the show. Personally, I've been very disappointed with it lately. But I think there's a whole bunch of reasons why, and this isn't the time or place to discuss
That's
that.
fair.
To
That's fair.
to explain all those things, we would need an entire different series.
Yeah.
But Drew, what about you, man?
I'm tempted to give it a 9. I really enjoyed what we saw. I've been a fan of Pike since the first moment Anson Mount took the chair. I love what he does with the character. Ethan Peck, I think, is really coming into his own as Spock, and hopefully we get to see a little bit more of number one going forward. She really kind of had a very small role in this episode. But I'm not sure if I am giving it a 9 because I got to sit here and enjoy it with you guys and it was a whole thing, or if it's just kind of got swept up in the hype of the episode, or if it really was that good. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm just gonna go with it. And I want to watch this again.
Me too. I would watch this episode again.
I would, like, tonight if I could.
I can't.
No, you can't. So I mean, like, in comparison to like other stuff that we've watched recently, this is I'm going to go with a 9.
All right. What about you, Brad?
So I was kind of in the mentality of going through it and trying to think of, like, do I really want to give it such a high score for our first episode in the series?
Yeah.
That would potentially set that every single episode would have to be perfect in a sense in order for it to be like a high score. There were some flaw points that were kind of just ridiculously silly for no reason, and manufactured drama.
Sure.
Like, as much as I enjoyed it, like the whole manufactured drama where they beamed the 2 scientists up, and then one, like, the sleeper effect didn't like take hold, and so like one of them ran through the ship. That was so manufactured drama. And then when they finally get the serum to fix Spock, they beam it down into his like eyes.
Yeah.
Is that what that was? I didn't get that.
Yeah, wasn't it?
I think it just implied they beamed it into him.
Yeah.
And it reflected in his eye. I don't know.
So like, thinking about the entirety of the whole episode, there was a little cheese, and so I think I'm at an 8.
I just want to make sure that when you're reviewing this and the comments that you have aren't just you being nitpicky.
Well, so, I mean, like, here's the thing is, like, yes, I 100% agree with everything that you said. And I think under normal circumstances, I would probably use that against the episode. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't think any of them had long-term consequences to my enjoyment of it.
Yeah.
No, I don't disagree, but like, I feel like if this series is setting the pace and tone, that there's going to be episodes in there that I'm going to like more.
Yeah.
And
So should I change mine to an 8 then?
No.
you do what you feel is
Don't
best,
you
man.
dare.
Like,
Maybe
me
I
though,
will.
like,
What if I do an 8.5?
I will.
You will sleep. You will sit
Yeah,
there.
I won't do anything. All right. Well, I mean, if you change it to
I think
8.5,
8.5 is reasonable.
that's fair.
Yeah, because I mean, like, I understand the rationale for leaving a little bit of room on the top.
Like, and don't get me wrong, like, I really enjoyed this episode. Like, this
Yeah.
was like it was a nice fresher breath air.
This
it was.
This was the most fun I've had with a Star Trek episode in a while.
I was going to ask you that next. Like, if you had to take a look at all the modern, so we have Discovery, we have now Strange New Worlds, and we have Picard.
See,
what's
like,
the other one that we
about-
have coming out?
Well, Lower Decks.
Well, I don't know. Let's just keep it live action.
Okay.
So, with all the modern live action shows you got, how would you rank this one?
It's just not enough body of work.
Well,
no,
first
no,
episode.
I think there is. Because, like, to me, when I compare it to like Discovery and Picard, this is a very high episode, and like the only thing that I feel went above this were the episodes in Discovery where Mud was in there, and like those 2 episodes were hilarious.
Well,
to
just
me.
this first episode aside, how would you rank the first episode of each of those series against this one?
Oh god, this would be like a 10. Like if you compare those like between Discovery and Picard, this to me is a 10.
This is a better pilot, yeah.
Okay,
Even
yeah.
if you look at, forget about the pilot part, and if you just look at the first episode of each season for Picard, each season for Discovery, this is a definite 10.
Yeah, because I listen. I told you I tried to watch Picard twice. I haven't gotten through it.
Yeah.
There's
So
a
you know
lot
what?
of talking. There's a lot of dialogue heaviness. You know.
You know what? I'm gonna go with a 9. Actually,
Are you? No, I
wait,
feel
wait,
like
wait,
on the
hang
left.
on. You talked Drew
no.
into going down into his score, and then you bring yours
Well, no,
up.
because to your point though is that like I'm nitpicking, which
Okay.
is because
Yeah,
unfortunately
I'm changing
that's,
my score back. Damn it.
Man, you are sheep.
but no, the whole point though is like I'm nitpicking to a point where I'm trying to find the things I didn't care for when I really did enjoy this
Yeah.
episode.
I mean,
And-
that's kind of where I was coming from
And
originally.
so maybe you know what I think definite. I'm good with a solid 9.
Because you know what? It was fun.
It
It was fun.
Yeah, just lock it in now
And-
because I'm not letting you change it
Yeah,
again.
I'm not changing any
No,
scores
no.
now. But like I just like yeah, we can nitpick, and yes, like I think there will come a point where we probably will, right? But I think like for today, sitting down in the sofa with you guys watching this show, like I was just wrapped up in the episode and everything that they did, and yes, it was flawed, it was imperfect. There were things that just were done for the sake of television, but it was still fun.
Yeah, it doesn't tease this big bad at the end of the season.
No,
You
But
know,
I think
which,
I am so glad that there does not appear to be a galactic ending event.
right?
Yeah.
Which is again is just a
Because there's
breath
only
of fresh
so many
air.
things. Like you can only have so many galactic events.
Right.
That it just becomes ridiculous.
Right.
Right.
And like they're still dropping seeds of like an overarching story with Pike going through the stuff that he's
Pike is so haunted, and I
Right.
love it.
Well,
He's
and,
flawed.
And like we have Singh, who, you know, that name is trouble in Star Trek. Khan Noonien Singh.
What?
Yeah. So Noonien Singh is the last name of Khan, whom we will see in Space Seed, Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2.
Get the hell out of here! You serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's something that's going to go down with that.
Oh wow, that's.
Don't know what, but it's there.
I'm loving that.
You know,
That's
and
great.
Khan is one of those genetically enhanced humans.
So Singh is also genetically enhanced.
Well, we don't know. Might not be. And then there's also a ton of threads that have tied Noonien Soong,
Yes.
to, Data's creator.
Sing and song.
Right. There's a ton of threads, some a little bit more overt than others. And I'm avoiding spoilers intentionally here. But yeah, they've tied that in as well.
So like I'm looking forward to seeing how the series develops. I'm looking forward to learning the new characters. I'm like really excited to see more information on the characters we already know.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's really funny. And I know it's a fan favorite. Spock is the one that I'm least interested in.
this series?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
isn't
all-
he's not
because
trying to.
We have him so much in TOS.
But he's not trying
movies
to. He's
and
not trying to
everything.
emulate anything that Leonard Nimoy did.
No. I mean,
No.
I think acting wise, Ethan Peck is doing a fabulous job.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah.
But to what Brad's point is like we've already gone down that road with Spock. Spock is the one we need the least.
Sure.
Like, learning about the history and like knowing the character. I mean, I'm sure from what it looks like, they're gonna go into more about Spock because they start off with him getting proposed,
Right.
And I wouldn't be against learning more, but there's all these other characters I want to learn more about. Like number 1, Pike, Nurse Chapel.
Mhm.
I'm there
Singh.
for all of it. Give me all of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just to me, you know what? Even Uhura, like I would much rather have her take priority over Spock.
Yeah, they haven't really done much with her in the original series yet.
Yeah, so
Mm.
like unless like they change things drastically, like in TOS, like
Yeah.
I've almost zero knowledge about her as a character in the original series.
Did so her performance. Now we've gotten the original, which was Nichelle Nichols.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And we've gotten Zoe Saldana. I love Zoe Saldana.
Mm.
Sorry, I listen, Zoe Saldana in any color, I'm all there for it. But we got Zoe Saldana, we got Nichelle Nichols, and then we have the new actress. I don't know her name.
Cecilia Gooding, I think.
Sure.
He was.
So Zoe Saldana said that she took inspiration from Nichelle Nichols. It doesn't look like this new actress is trying to emulate anything that Nichelle Nichols did.
Really?
It doesn't look like it looks like a different.
Think about
character.
TOS. Like what we're watching is she's very
Right.
soft spoken.
Right, but I mean, this one seems to have a sense of humor. She seems to be light. She was having a conversation
now-
with the prisoner.
Now is that her being different, or is it that we haven't really been exposed enough to the TOS?
We're 12 episodes into TOS with our OG Uhura, and I've gotten more from this very first episode of Discovery. Oh, not Discovery. Strange New Worlds.
Yeah.
And this new Uhura, and I've learned so much more about this Uhura than I have in 12 episodes.
Actress's name is Celia Gooding, by the way.
Celia Gooding.
So I was close.
Any relation to Cuba Gooding?
That I do not know.
Okay.
But I understand like where you're coming from, but I also feel like if you think about how much airtime she's gotten in this, she has probably twice as much airtime in this episode than a lot of the TOS.
That's true.
Even if you take away her turbo elevator conversation with the prisoner away, and you kind of just that line she had where she's on a bridge and Pike is talking, and Pike's like, yeah, we're gonna go kick some ass and take names and chew bubblegum, and we're all out of bubblegum.
Yeah.
And you hear was like, yes. That's that shows a lot more personality than the original show.
I get it, but I think you have to again. It's like the TOS did a really poor job of like focusing on her. And I want you to say it's like I'm not disagreeing with you. Like I really like this version a lot. I'm just saying like I feel like they unfortunately the original series really neglected that opportunity.
Sure.
But I do agree. Overall, gentlemen, though, a good first episode, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think it's made all the better that we're just here together doing this.
Yeah, I mean this couldn't have worked out better.
Yeah,
I mean honestly, Brad being up here for party yesterday, the debut of the show,
and then the special day, of course, we can't forget
his
Mother's Day.
Yeah, of course, and Dax's birthday.
Dax's birthday, your birthday next month.
He's sitting right next to me. He's having a nice snuggle.
Drew looks like a supervillain right now.
Drew's having a wonderful time scratching his butt.
He likes
Wait,
it.
no, he's scratching the cat's butt, guys.
Yeah.
Let's make sure we have that differential statement there.
Well, gentlemen, shall we say goodnight?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I'm still awake.
Folks,
I'm
thank you so much
too.
for listening. Majid, thank you for staying awake. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love you.
Take it easy.
What'd I say? Love you?
Smash it.
Smash.
Hey folks, real quick, just want to take a moment to thank you for listening to this episode of yet another Star Trek podcast. We're part of the Retro Sessions Network, so if you'd like to see some of the other podcasts that we've done, please head on over to yetanothersTpod.com. Our entire back catalog is there. Now, obviously, we are covering Strange New Worlds over the course of the next 9 weeks, but we also have been going through the original series from start to finish. And although we've only gone in about 10 episodes or so, we do plan on continuing with the original series once Strange New Worlds Season 1 comes to an end. So if the original series is your thing, or maybe you've never seen it before, head on over, check us out, start from the beginning, and watch along with us as we cover each episode of Captain Kirk William Shatner's Enterprise. It's been a lot of fun so far, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Of course, we will be continuing Strange New Worlds next week, so keep an eye out for that. Best way to do so is to like, subscribe, follow, all of those things, anywhere that you can get your podcasts, or on social media as well at Yet Another ST Pod. Of course, I want to take a quick moment to thank William Grobelar Music for writing and composing our theme songs, Warp Speed and To the Stars. Check out his SoundCloud. We have a link for that in the show notes. We also have a link for a wonderful artist, George Ratau. We found him on Fiverr, and he took our photos and turned them into Lower Decks characters, and we couldn't be happier with the results. He was an absolute pleasure to work with. So if you need any artwork done, go talk to that guy. He's great. We have a link for his Fiverr page also in the show notes as well. Of course, we really appreciate you tuning in, and if you enjoyed what you listened to, please consider leaving us a 5-star review anywhere you get your podcasts. Apple, Spotify, Podcast Republic, it really doesn't matter. The important thing is that you leave a review because it helps us get more people listening to us. And at the end of the day, that's really what drives us to continue getting your feedback. And once you've left that review, head on over to our Discord room. There's a link for that in the show notes as well, too. We talk about Star Trek, video games, gardening, pets. We have a room for pets. You post pictures of your cats and your dogs and your horses and whatever you got. It's great. Anyway, we'll see you next week with episode 2 of season 1 of Strange New Worlds. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening.